Hola a todos,
Hello everyone,
soy Manu, my name is Fernanda Reyes.
and I am Joaquin Sass, and we met at an Asian Studies group at our university.
Welcome to our podcast. In today's chapter, we will tell you about our country, Chile, about Mongolia, and finally about something that unites us all, at least those of us who like to eat.
But first, we would like to share with you the answers of some friends when we ask them, what do you think when you think about Mongolia?
I'm not very familiar to that country, but I know that it's located in Asia, and I've heard that the horse is one of the most important means of transport.
I feel like Mongolia is full of historical features. I feel like they have a very rich past, and I also think that they have very beautiful places to visit.
I imagine Mongolia as a land of desert with a deep history that goes back millennia into the past.
Well, I don't know much about Mongolia. I just know that it's in East Asia and that it's one of the largest countries in the world.
The first thing and only thing that comes to my mind is the dish called Mongolian steak, but I'm not even sure if it is from there.
Personally, I knew about its vast territory and diverse climates, as well as hearing about the mythical Genghis Khan.
I knew a few things about their sports. I am very interested in falconry.
We still have a lot to know. Shall we do a brief description of both countries?
Yes, let us start at home. On the one hand, Chile is a thin trigonal country, and its length explains why the territory has various climates. Its capital is Santiago, a central city where 30% of the 19.5 million Chileans are concentrated. The Mapuche people, the most prominent indigenous people in the country, represent 9% of the population.
Economically, Chile is an exporter of minerals, fruits, wines, and salmon. It imports oil and technology. It is renowned for its beautiful landscapes, the nice wine, and the multiple free trade agreements it has signed.
On the other hand, and for our friends to note, Mongolia is an Asian country with borders with China and Russia. Its enormous territory is home to almost 3,400,000 people of various ethnicities. The largest population is concentrated in its capital, Ulaanbaatar. In Mongolia, mountains are characteristic of the north and west, and is known to be a seismic country, which we have in common.
Mongolia exports mainly minerals and it imports industrial goods, oil, and consumer goods. Internationally, it is recognized for its history of conquest guided by Genghis Khan, to whom Mongolians pay remarkable homage, for its lovely tourist destinations, and for its wildlife, in which wild horses stand out.
Apparently, we are very different, but if there is something that can unite us, it is the food.
You're right, food is the most delicious and interesting way to learn about another culture. We were pleasantly surprised to discover that many Mongolian dishes have similarities with Chilean food.
We didn't know its gastronomy very well. I only had certain notions of lab consumption in the TV place, and I imagined a group of people in a yard gathered by the fire cooking meat.
For this reason, when we read about dishes like the couture, a fried pastry stuffed with beef or lamb chopped with onions and garlic, we could not stand our expressions of surprise, as they are very similar to our empanadas de pino, traditional Chilean food that is prepared with minced beef with onion, cumin, olives, and egg.
To reverse sweet preparation, we have a dish that is identical to baurusak, those fried sweetbreads sprinkled with sugar, called picarones, which are consumed in southern Chile.
I think they also look a lot like sopaipillas.
Another dish that whetted my appetite was the borscht, which reminds me of the horse charqui, a dried meat preserved in salt that hangs on a rope to dry, in fact having the same process of curing.
Wow! The gorgog reminds me of curanto, a dish from my homeland, Chiloé, that is prepared with meat, potatoes, and seafood, cooked in whole on the ground with hot stones and covered with large leaves. Gorgog, like the Mongolian dish, carries lamb meat, cabbage, onions, potatoes, and carrots, and the chef also uses hot stones.
We could be talking for hours about the culinary similarities between these countries, which have been a unexpected connection between Chile and Mongolia.
But for now, we say goodbye. We hope we have contributed to getting to know these countries' cultures, and we hope you also have been inspired to travel to Mongolia or Chile to eat some of their typical preparations. Hasta pronto!
Bye bye, bye Artai!